right? So if she's gonna measure herself as a legend, well, there's levels to this. And she's not at the same caliber as Chris Rock or Dave Chappelle, right? Welcome back, guys.
Welcome back.
I'm Josh.
I'm Kimberly.
And welcome to
That's What They Said.
Hey, so, okay, I'll just be honest. We clearly are inconsistent when it comes to this YouTube thing. So let's hop into this.
Let's hop.
That wasn't a hop. I'm pretty sure a lot of you guys have heard the new news and stuff like that, because I mean, people that make a lot of money just have things to complain about, clearly. Babe. So babe, let them know.
Just throwing shade.
Yeah, for real, super shade.
So I'm sure many of you guys heard about this Monique boycotting Netflix situation. If you don't know, so Monique went on her Instagram a couple weeks ago. She posted a video stating that Netflix offered her $500,000 for a sitcom, but yet they offered Amy Schumer, Chris Rock, and Dave Chappelle.
In millions.
In the millions category. I don't know numbers off the top of my head. She was, I guess you could say, angry that she was only offered $500,000 on, so she...
No, you have to be more than angry to call a boycott.
She called a boycott. She felt like it was gender bias and it was, racially biased?
Race bias. Although that's a clear contradiction compared to the people she compared herself to and how much, and the gender that one of them falls into and the race that the other two fall into.
I think she was trying to say that she felt that women of color were discriminated against. I think she should have used that terminology versus what she said. With that being said, many blogs and podcasts have posted following on her kind of rant that she went on. Shade Room, World Star, everybody else posted it. We saw Ebro in the Morning, which is a radio station based out of New York. We saw their interview, and we just wanted to talk a little bit about what we heard from her, because she was on that radio show. We wanted to talk about what we heard from her and just kind of our feelings about it. You want to jump into this?
Yeah. So for starters, I feel for Monique. Yes, is $500,000 a little bit of a low ball? I guess. I mean, $500,000 is more than what I would say. No, that's the top 1%. You're in the top 1%
I can
if
see
you
it
make
as a little bit as a
$500,000
slap
more
in
a
the
year.
face. I think she's compared to what she did in Precious, what she was in Queens of Comedy, her role in The Parkers. I know that's my absolute favorite sitcom. Like, I have the most respect for her because she is an amazing actress. I think $500 could be a little bit of a slap in the face.
$500? You damn right that's a slap.
$500,000. I think that could be a little bit of a slap in the face.
But I mean, there's way more things to to worry about, like gun control laws in high schools. There's way more important things than $500,000. I know. But what I'm saying is that $500,000, I guess that's a low ball number for.
I think if she's used to making X amount of dollars and she's getting this amount thrown at her, it's like a slap in the face. I feel like personally, like I would think about it in like my line of work. If I'm looking at a resume and they haven't been active in the field since whatever, 5, maybe 10 years, they haven't been well active. Not saying that they haven't been active in general, but haven't been top work since then. I wouldn't necessarily jump the gun and offer like a big amount or a big pay rate if they're just getting back into the industry again. I think you need somebody who is up to date, fresh, doing things in order to maintain that.
But then that goes to her point about being a legend, right? So if you're a legend, that means that you could come out at any given second, for example, like Dave Chappelle and Chris Rock did, and sell out, make all this money. For example, Cat Williams is a legend, right? He comes out, he'll do a show, it will sell out, hands down, right? Yeah. But at the same time, we have to take a trip into what a legend is. So as you can see, I'm wearing my Chicago jersey because I'm about to use an NBA analogy. We have different types of legends. We have legends like Michael Jordan, Shaquille O'Neal, Kobe Bryant. And yeah, those people are legends. No matter what, you can't take anything away from them. And then you have people who are legends like, I would say Vince Carter. She's more of a Vince Carter legend, right? And in the NBA, Vince Carter had his prime time, early 2000s, was the man, right? However, now look at him. He's taking the veteran minimum. He's not getting big contracts. He's not the franchise player, the star player, not what people are filling the stands to go see necessarily, right? But I mean, is he still good? Did he still win that dunk contest? Was he still has crazy bounce? Absolutely. But he's not that much of a legend. And that's how I feel Monique is, right? So if she's gonna measure herself as a legend, well, there's levels to this. And she's not at the same caliber as Chris Rock or Dave Chappelle, right? Because like To be honest, when I heard that Dave Chappelle did one, I was like, yo, drop everything. I gotta go watch this. Like, I was like, the first thing I'm gonna do when I get home is watch this.
I think because the hype was real, because when the Chappelle show was at its prime, everyone loved it. It was like that anticipation when he came out. It was like, oh, I'm so excited to see Dave Chappelle because they know his level of funny. Going back to Monique, from what I've heard, like in addition to it, I've heard that she's pretty hard to work with.
Anybody that's willing to boycott Netflix because they got paid $500,000 is probably difficult to work with.
I don't know this for sure, but if word is around that your attitude is it's a big topic, I think that's something that majorly affects your pay. And
honestly, it does.
It does, and it affects people who really want you, because nobody wants you and wants to work with you knowing that you're going to be difficult. I think even after Precious, like she won that Academy Award.
Yeah.
She won that award after Precious and
disappeared off the face of the earth.
Yeah, we were so excited after that. We were like, where's Monique? Where's more of this?
She was saying she didn't want to deal with like the whole industry and what they do and stuff like that. That's another thing. You're biting the hand that feeds you. You can't put out the business of the people who are in control, right?
And then make a big deal once it's not benefiting you, you know?
Yeah.
And I think that's where she stands right now.
It's a double-edged sword, but shout out to her. Shout out to her for making a stand.
Mad respect for her. Yeah. I absolutely love her body of work. I love her humor. She's a comedian when it boils down to it. Her first title isn't an actress. Her first title is a comedian, which she is, and she executes very well. When it comes to progressing and moving forward, there needs to be a lot more layers in your resume, which she has not exemplified.
And to be honest, this whole boycott of Netflix, that's a super reach.
That's a big reach.
Especially after all the good content they have. Like, I've seen Bright recently, that's super good. The Cloverfield Paradox. Like, all these good movies are coming out and stuff on there and all this good content. No one's gonna boycott it.
But not even that, like huge stars are now making their way onto Netflix. They're not going on the big screen. They're now converting to Netflix. It's a pretty big platform. To ask that is pretty big. Yeah, I think the belief in the content, what they want to do behind it, the message is positive and everybody supports it. But what you're doing with it is it's just a little bit harder to kind of execute, with considering how many people rely on that and love that.
Exactly.
It's a little bit difficult.
And one thing that Ebro said was, if someone gets off of work, they're not thinking about the social injustice that's going on.
They're trying to watch some Netflix.
I'm just trying to get off. I'm trying to go watch some Netflix. Like, that's it. And honestly, that's how I feel. Like, most of the time, I just watch Netflix when I get off of work or I get back from school or whatever I'm doing. I'm just like, you know.
So I take it you haven't been boycotting Netflix?
No, I haven't.
What do you guys think? Let us know what you think about the whole situation. Let us know if you've even heard about it. I know a lot of people just like haven't really.
Yeah, probably because they probably saw boycotting it.
And they're like, bye.
No
next,
way I'm
girl,
boycotting
bye.
Netflix.
Yeah.
But much love to Monique for giving
it a shot.
We love
you, Monique. I love you. I still watch the Parkers.
You better
regularly.
take that 500,000, kill it, and then demand 50 million the next one.
There you go.
You know how it is.
All right, you guys. Let us know what you guys think in the comments below. Like and subscribe and follow us on Instagram.
And thanks you guys for kicking it at our crib, where you share, speak, and say it
your way. Bye guys. Deuces.